This is cozier. We'll leave a circle.
That's nice.
Okay. Everybody just breathe. Our human bodies love the sound of music and vibration. Through the years, we listen to rhythm and sound. And so as Seth does didgeridoo, it relaxes the body. Just close your eyes. Allow the sound of the music to relax you. We'll go straight into our meditation. And if you're new to meditation, just relax and enjoy the process. You'll feel like you've had a great nap afterwards. Breathing, taking in several deep cleansing breaths, allowing your shoulders to relax. Feel the arch in the small part of your back as it opens up your chest and allows breath to come in. As we remember, the Latin word for spirit is inspiro, which also means breath. As we concentrate on our breathing, the mind chatter ceases, and we can connect with Spirit to divine inspiration as we slow down our breathing and relax. Our body relaxes and our mind relaxes, and we can hear the voice of Spirit. Choose whatever name resonates with you. God, creator of all that is. Inspirational love, divine energy, Allah Atanaha. Energy of all that is. That which has 1,000 names and yet remains nameless. Our spiritual journeys are highly personal and individual, and each of our journeys are blessed, unique, and personal to each of us in our own time, our own space, our own way. There is no right or wrong journey into ourselves, only that which is perfect for each and every one of us. As we cease to judge our own journey, do we gain the experience, wisdom, and capacity to cease judging that of another? As we journey into ourselves on our own personal divine path of wisdom, do we allow ourselves to see the wisdom of others on their own journey, bidding them well, judging them not for being ahead of us or behind us, for it is only the ego that compares. Wisdom does not compare. Wisdom simply knows everything is as it is supposed to be. Recognizing now the beauty, grandeur, illumination, pearlescent golden white light at the center of your heart. This is the seat of our soul in this human body, the aspect of the divine that is within us, permeates within our heart space energy. See it expand, going well beyond your personal physical body. We are so much more than our physical bodies. We are divine energy incarnate. Each of us individually has the ability to understand our divine uniqueness in correlation and in parallel with how we unify and are one complete divine energy together. Seeing your heart space energy expand, and visualize with your eyes closed, looking down at your heart. See your heart space energy going down, expanding, and leaving the bottom of your feet. And see that heart space energy touching the earth's core and penetrating that core and going into the outer mantle and then the inner mantle of the earth's molecular structure. Now feel that energy going all the way to the center of the earth. And as we do this, we connect to Gaia, to Mother Earth. We recognize the beauty, the relationship, the gentleness, the reciprocity of our being here together with the earth. And we take a moment to be in gratitude and appreciation for the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, the clothes we wear, the roof over our head. And we recognize how Earth provides all of this to us. And we come to be in acknowledgement of the truly abundant life that we lead. hands out in front of you, sending blessing, gratitude, and appreciation to the earth. See her air clear, her waters clean, her plants thriving, animals living in peace, all humans, all life forms, all over the earth, living in harmony, balance, and perfect unity. Sending love from our heart to all earth. Now feeling your heart space energy coming back from the earth, coming back up through your feet, back to your heart. Now leaving, see it going up, going out of the top of your head where your crown chakra is, and feel your energy going up through the roof of this building into the earth's atmosphere. Now see your energy looking up with your eyes, see your energy going into our own sun system. Now see your energy expanding beyond our own star system into the galaxy as a whole. And imagine your own energy connecting to and being a part of all 400 billion planets in the Milky Way. And as we do this, we realize the magnificence and the vastness of the creation of all that is, and how we are a part of this, so small and yet so large. And as we recognize that creation is here in our own heart space, in every molecule in our body, and yet that same creation is all over the galaxy. And as we make a prayer that all beings of creation live in peace, love, and joy, that all beings in the galaxy far and wide coexist with one energy. The sacred words of the Sanskrit, Loka Samasta, Sukhino Bhavantu, translating as may all beings of creation live in peace, love, and joy. Repeating, if you will, kirtan style. Loka,
Loka,
Samasta,
Samasta,
Sukhino,
Sukhino,
Bhavantu.
Bhavantu.
Loka,
Loka,
Samasta,
Samasta,
Sukhino,
Sukhino,
Bhavantu.
Bhavantu.
Loka,
Loka,
Samasta,
Samasta,
Sukhino,
Sukhino,
Bhavantu.
Bhavantu.
May all beings of creation live in peace, love, and joy, and so it is. Putting your hands on your heart, left over right, right over left, whatever comes most naturally to you. One hand gives, the other receives. We give love to ourselves, because when we give love to ourselves, we fill our well, and we allow it to overflow and give to others. Only when we have a complete overflow of love of self do we have an unlimited supply to give to others. And we do not look to others to give us love, because we have so much, so abundant to flow. We have only that brimming over the surface, flowing out to all around us. And when we do not seek love, approval, and these things from others, we are never disappointed. Our expectations are never unmet. Only when we have an abundant flow from our own heart space energy do we have love of our own divinity and that of others. Feeling this connection, knowing it to be true in the depths of our soul, give love to yourself. Give your own self respect, honor, support, approval, permission to live a guilt-free existence, permission to live without shame, permission to live without judgment. We are humans. We have a divine soul guiding our human experience, and everything about our experience is simply that, an experience. It is our divine responsibility to live every day, understanding these experiences, learning from them, growing from them, becoming stronger, more aware, more conscious with every breath we take in, with every thought we create, with every feeling we experience and every word we express. We have the responsibility to weave in love, acceptance, support, and compassion in our daily lives. Giving love to yourself wholeheartedly, primarily, with every breath you take. Feel the love of the divine inside of you, breathing as a part of you, being you. Inviting in now your guardian angels, any archangels that you pray to, any mentors, ascended masters, saints, anyone who you feel walks this divine journey with you, calling them in now to be with you, asking them to make their presence known, to reveal to you anything for your highest and best good that you could know right now, that you have the ability to hear and take into your wisdom and your heart, asking them to reveal that to you now. It may be a word or a feeling or a vision or just a knowing of something. Know that you are never alone, that you do not walk this journey on your own. Feel the presence of the love around you. Take as long as you want in this heart space energy. Hold it for as long as you want. Gradually and slowly, whenever you're ready, come back to the room. Notice every time we start the prayer, the light comes through. The second we start, it illuminates every time.
I thought it was just me.
No, it's been doing that. The minute we start, the second the didge comes in or I start the meditation, all of a sudden the light starts coming through.
Wow.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Today is in the Christian faith, Mexico and a lot of other countries, not so much practiced here in the United States, but it's called El Día de los Reyes, the Day of the Kings. This is the end of the 12 days of Christmas. And so the first Sunday in January is generally celebrated in many Orthodox Christian religions as the Day of the Kings.
Is that when we make the thing in it?
With the,
We make, in France, I think we make a cake, and you put put like a king in it, you hide it in some plastic or something,
Yeah.
and then somebody gets it. Is that it?
Yeah, see, it's not
Yeah,
practiced so much in the United States, but many people leave their Christmas tree up until January 6th. It is the 12 days of Christmas. I know sometimes, especially with a live tree, you want to pull it down after New Year's, or I even see sometimes the Christmas trees are out the day after Christmas. I'm like, but today is the Day of the Kings. And what that means is this is the day when the three kings, the three wise men, came and found Jesus Christ. They traveled from Persia, Melchior, from India, Caspar, and from Arabia, Balthazar. It's not sure if they're kings or if they were wise men, but they were certainly leaders in their community. Astrology was a very renowned and practiced science in those days, and each of these three men, these three kings, even though they were in faraway countries from each other, were told to go and lead and follow this North Star. And the star did indeed guide them to that area. They knew a change was coming in the world, a big change. We understand as the Piscean age began that the old ways, the ways of the magi that became called magic and sorcery, that magi simply meant wise. And these three wise men knew that magi was going to be leaving, that things like runes and astrology and these kinds of ways of understanding the movements of the cosmos were going to go dark in this 2000 period of the Piscean age, and that we had to have the auspices of a Savior coming in to hold us and carry us through these dark ages. And so they knew when they traveled, and their caravans, they weren't, the major scene makes it look like the three of them came on camels by themselves, but of course men like that would not have traveled by themselves. They had huge caravans of people with them. And as they followed the star, their caravans met, and they joined in their path, and they realized, as they came from Persia, India, and Arabia, which, think about how far apart those were, and yet they met on the journey together, following this North Star, knowing from their astrologers that traveled with them that that was their guiding point. They didn't know what they were going to be finding when they got there. They just knew it was something very special that was turning the times and that the world was going to be changing. As they arrived in Jerusalem, they met with King Herod, and they told him they were coming, and he said he had heard the birth of this baby and what it was going to mean, and he bid the three magi to go and discover. And when they got there, they realized what was happening. They knew Herod would try and kill the baby, and so they turned around and they went back home without telling him what they had found, and they sent messengers to him telling him they found nothing. They knew when they left that this young man would not live out his life in the way that he was being shown to. There are many stories that say he lived on earth until he was 59 after the crucifixion. Those stories are for a different day. They understood the revelation of what was happening with mankind and the serious change. They trusted in the astrology that led them there, that followed that star. They understood there was a really big picture of things that were changing. And so when we look at them, and as I meditated this morning and I got a feel for what was happening, the messages I got were one of trust in the universe. That there are things that happen sometimes that are so beyond our individual scope of understanding. And sometimes it seems strange for us, how do we reconcile the life that we want to live in our own way, in our own daily existence? And how do we reconcile what that feels like to be going along with the changes in the cosmos? And feel as though we actually have some control in our lives, some ability to manifest what we want, and yet at the same time go along with a much greater plan. the individual and the collective? And how do they move together? And how do we reconcile our own personal sovereignty with the sovereignty of the collective? It seems almost like too great of a gap to bridge, doesn't it, sometimes? We can bridge that gap by understanding that the cosmos takes into account everybody's collective desire, which is at the end of the day that we all live in unity and peace. And a friend of mine a long time ago, as I was trying to explain spirituality to him, gave me a really unique example. And he said, oh, he said, you mean it's like my dog, that my dog wants the beef treats that are really high in fat and calories, but I know for his highest and best good, I can't give that to him, that he'll get sick and he'll get overweight. And so he must be wondering why, if I love him and we're companions, I don't give him the things that he wants. I said, yeah, it's kind of something like that. You have to trust in a higher power. Trust in something that you know loves you and takes care of you, that the things that you think that you're asking for might not necessarily be at that moment in that time for your highest and best good. And for the highest and best good of the family that would lose that dog too many years too soon, should they have not taken good care of him and then felt all of the guilt and the remorse of the loss of him. And so sometimes we have to stop and pause, and we try and manifest something and say, but I want this job, and I want this new car, and I want more money, and I want to do this, and I want this career. Sometimes that particular thing that we're looking for might not be part of a greater plan. But if we pause and really connect and ask for that guidance, and we see what we really want, then we know that the actions that are being created are truly for what we want at a higher level of desire. Another way to look at it is if you and I go to a party, Anna, and I say to you, I don't usually drink, but tonight I'm going to have a couple of glasses of wine. And I don't hold my liquor very well, so I'm going to ask you to take my keys off of me. So I've expressed to you a very high conscious thought. And then the evening goes on, and I have my couple of glasses of wine, and you go, oh, Danielle, let me take your keys. And I'm like, no, fine. And I swat you off and say, I want to drive. Now I'm saying something that is an unconscious thought. I am not thinking clearly, but I really want those keys because I just feel like I want to drive and I don't want you in my car. But you are guiding me by a higher version of a thought that I have expressed, even though in my unconscious state it looks like you are going against my sovereignty. So when things don't appear to be going in what we think is our sovereignty, that's not the world that we live in. That is not how divine guidance works. That's not the universe that we exist in that denies us things. The universe gives us that which we have asked for at a much higher level. And if we have the appearance of thinking as though we're being denied something, then we aren't asking the right question. We aren't asking for the right thing. Would you let your child have 6 Twinkies at midnight before they're supposed to go to bed? Of course not. That is not for their highest and best good. But they are going to tell you they're upset with you one day. They are going to think that you're just the meanest parent in the world, but you know that at the end of the day, they will thank you for that when they are older. And so we have to make sometimes these tough decisions. The universe is not pleased when our hearts get broken because we think that we're asking for something that we're being denied. And so when I was meditating and feeling the energy of the Magi, of Caspar, Balthasar, and Melchior, they felt the same thing.